Hello everyone, this is part 2 of my speed build for an LA luxurious style home. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, that's the shell and the exterior. I will put that in the cards and link it down in the description box below. But I am glad I made this build into 2 parts because, I'm sure you can tell by the length of this video, this took me so long to do. Not only just figuring out the layout, and because it's platforms, like you have to adjust them up and down every time you build another room, or I'm just doing it wrong, not really sure. But then it also took me a while to decorate this house. I kind of struggle with this open floor plan design. Just filling up the space is a little bit tricky for me, and then the amount of clutter that goes into it, it took a long time, but I had fun doing it. I did keep the bathrooms in this build because they're different than a normal bathroom. I don't know what a normal bathroom would be, but this one here is meant to be shared by the 2 children and also the guest bathroom, so it has some of the decor that you might find in, like, you know, the typical basic bitch guest bathroom. I don't know how else to phrase that. It has like flowers and candles on the counter at the end, you'll see. But yeah, I kept it pink because I figured these 2 children would be girls. I don't know if they're kids or teens. They're definitely not toddlers. I didn't put toddler stuff, although you could make them toddlers because there is a tub. But I designed it for probably children and probably twins. So I definitely kept the color pink. Oh my gosh, I'm saying a lot. Sorry. Probably not going to stop either. But I do acknowledge that I'm saying it a lot. These rugs that I used, I'm not really a fan of them. I think the texture looks really weird, but because this is another limited pack build, they were the only ones that kind of fit. And here are the candles and the flowers that I was talking about. Obviously, candles in a bathroom right by the hand towel, not the best idea, but it looks good. And then I made the wall color yellow just to sort of break up all the pink and tie in the different whites and off-whites in the bathroom as well. For the windows in this house, I did do a lot of sizing down of curtains because I feel like our curtain options are terrible, to be honest. They're just pretty terrible. Uh, but yeah, and then this is the children's room. I, of course, used bunk beds because, why not? We finally have them. I think they're going to be in probably nearly all of my builds going forward. And I kept their color scheme similar to the bathroom. I did a pink and blue. Uh, as a little girl, I hated pink. I was more of the blue and purple fan, so I figured one of the twins might be more like that, but they definitely share some traits. And I just went ahead and added some stuffed animals, some toys. It's kind of a small room, but I don't, like, who needs big bedrooms? You sleep in there. That's it. Especially when the rest of the house is so huge. Like, go play in the family room or something. I don't know. But I also gave them book bags, one for each girl's style, and then I added a little clutter on the dresser, but not too much. And they almost look like balloons, the balloon lamps. I love them. Like, I would like that kind of light in real life in a child's room. I just think they're so playful and so pretty. And I added some wall decorations as well. I did have to move them up because this is a platformed and not a foundationed home. And again, another glitch or something I'm doing wrong. Not really sure. It also came into play when I added chandeliers in the big room. They're hanging really low, but I didn't care. I still just wanted to use them. They looked cool. And I'm just finishing up with some of the clutter in this room, adding, a few knickknacks, a few toys. Definitely kept the color scheme of pink and blue. And here is the parents' bathroom, or master ensuite if you want to call it. I kept this pretty pristine, just whites and grays. I didn't really add any color into their bathroom at all. Uh, I was kind of rushing through it, to be honest. I didn't put much time, care, or effort into it because I feel like it's a bathroom that I've done a million times, but I just liked that I added the hot tub along with the shower and then just put some stuff on the sides of the hot tub because I feel like that's realistic. It almost has a hotel feel to me with like the white robes and the white rugs and the white linens. I don't know. That may just be me, but that's the feel I got from it. Even the hutch to me looks like a hotel style hutch, like very stylized, but I guess that's the feel of the whole house, like almost looks like a picture in a catalog or a magazine. Did I just age myself again by like referencing things that aren't in existence anymore? Do magazines and catalogs even exist anymore? Is everything online now? Not really sure. But yeah, I just I added some stuff on the bottom of the sink here, and that was it for the bathroom. Didn't put too much effort into it. This is the master bedroom. I love this swatch on that bed. I think it is so pretty. That mint bluish green with that silver flower. I love it. So I definitely styled the whole room around that one swatch. Matching that though, a lot of the pieces had gold in it, and I didn't really want the room to have gold. I didn't want it to be too bougie. So I went with more of the white color, but yeah, I love that swatch. I wish we had more stuff that matched it, but it is what it is. And again, just adding some stuff on the walls for a little bit of color, a little bit of decoration, personality. Um, at this point in the build, I wasn't quite sure what I wanted one of the parents' career to be. I think you'll see that I decide on it when I get to the office. So I was just making this kind of basic, like nothing that shows their work, just really their like sleep area. Just some couple plants lying around, and then their like get ready station. Like the mom has a vanity where I put all her makeup and hair stuff, and then I add some shirts for the dad, or if you wanted two dads, two moms, whatever. There's a space for both of them or one of them to get ready. But yeah, I didn't really add anything else too personal here. And I just, these debug items I think work really well, like the hair dryer, the makeup, the nail file. I think it just adds some touches that are more realistic. And that basket that came in seasons with the rolled up, I think it's supposed to be like a beach basket, but I like how it looks. I think it fits well with rooms like this where you want it to be more neat and organized. It adds like a little storage area. I know one of the packs that I don't have came with like a functional closet, almost like a walk-in closet. I wish we had like linen closets. They should have put that with the laundry pack because I feel like that's something that is in every house and apartment, but not something we put in The Sims. Um, so that's it for the master bedroom. And again, I know I'm still saying a lot, not really sure why. So this is the kitchen. I kept sort of the, pristine white look, but the cabinets, yes, I said that word right. The cabinets to me almost have like a blue tint to them. So I did work that in with the appliances, and then I didn't really carry that throughout, but I thought it added just a little bit of color. I added a tea and coffee maker because I figured they probably need a lot of caffeine and also need to wind down a little bit with tea. And I did in this build what I did in one of my last apartment builds where I actually cluttered on top of the microwave. I think that's something I'm going to keep doing because, again, it's just more realistic to me. And I didn't clutter on top of the fridge on this one because the cabinet actually fits on this fridge. And I think it's a fridge that you get from a career objective, if I'm not mistaken. So as long as you're in build mode and don't have a sim on the lot, you can use it without a cheat code, which is what I did. There is a cheat code to get to it if you have a sim on the lot. I just don't know it off the top of my head. I added those chalkboards because I felt like it was, again, the classic, we want our home to be Pinterest worthy sort of thing. And those hanging knives are another thing I think you get from the culinary career. So I added those on the wall. I just wanted to keep the kitchen looking nice and clean and also lived in. I don't know. And then I finally found these garage doors. I had been looking for them when I did the exterior, but either I just passed by them or I didn't go in the right category, not really sure. But I do add these onto the garage there to make it look like an actual garage. And oh, update on my FedEx package. Found out they actually wrote my address wrong, even though they kept telling me the correct address over the phone. So I finally got my package in the mail, which happened to be my printer ink that I had been needing. So that was good that it finally arrived. Over a week late, but it is what it is. I don't really hold anyone accountable for that. It's just human error. It happens. I've worked in customer service for a long time, so, I try to not get mad about stuff like that. And, just a little clutter in the quarter cabinet. I did keep the two counters by the sink completely empty, so they'll be functional for your Sims. That flower bouquet that I added actually has fruit pieces in it, so I think it works really well in kitchens. It reminds me of like an edible arrangement piece, but maybe they did it with fake fruit and fake flowers, so they never have to change it out. And again, size down some curtains and overlap them onto the bigger windows in the kitchen. And this is the ornate brick. Wow, words. Ornate brick that I put on the backsplash of the kitchen. I know it's out of style, but I love the look of white bricks for kitchen backsplashes or tiles, but I definitely do like the white bricks. And then I went ahead and added that like ivory colored linoleum, just to tie in the fact that the kitchen isn't all pristine white. There are different shades of it in there. And now we're moving on to one of the other parents' office, and this is where I sort of realized what their job was going to be, or at least the industry that they work in, which is the movie industry. I don't know if they're a director, writer, probably a writer with all the books, and I put an open journal on the desk. But I went ahead and added some movie posters in here, and then later on when I do the open living space, you'll see that I add more memorabilia for this career choice, but I thought it worked out well. It makes sense with the style of home and the cost of the home that they're in. But the office isn't really big. I figured they probably don't work in here often. It would just be like if they needed to work from home, they have their little space away from everyone else. And I did add that huge screen for them to watch movies on. I thought that fit with what they did for a living. I kept this room pretty white. Not really something I would go for personally, but again, I thought it fit the home. And these are the chandeliers I was talking about, where if you go into live mode, you will notice that they hang down way too low, but there's enough room for your Sims to walk around them in any direction, so it's not that big of a deal. I just think aesthetically it looks really good in this house, so I did keep them. The music instruments right now look pretty cluttered. I don't think I kept it in the recording, but I do end up spacing them out a little bit, which you'll see in the walkthrough at the end. And I added the chess table as well, but I didn't add any art objects. I figured the people in this home would probably be more into the music, logic, possibly writing skills instead of art. But adding an easel is very easy. You can do that by yourself. I added a couple floor plants around, and this is where I reorganized some of the musical instruments, but not all of them. And I added that world bar in there as well because I thought it looked really good. Those planter boxes with the concrete, I think, are so pretty. But when you place them inside, the shadows get weird because they're meant to be outdoor plants. So they look really dark and almost dead when they're inside. So I couldn't use them inside, even though I thought they would fit perfectly in this build. I couldn't do it. And then just some artwork around the walls, all music themed artwork. I thought that fit well with the instruments in the room. And these curtains are from the vintage Glamour is the name of the pack that I used that I couldn't think of in part one. They're from that kit. I don't use those objects very often, but I thought they looked well here. And then here is where I added probably all the accolades and trophies that the parent that's in the movie industry would have earned over their years working. Uh, these are all in the debug catalog. You can find them very easily with that. And of course I put the awards on the wall as well. I just thought it looked well and probably would be in the living room instead of the office because it would give them the opportunity to brag a little bit to people. I felt like they're probably more of that personality just looking at how their house is decorated and the size of it. But yeah, just some clutter objects on the table here. I thought the rug brought in some color and detail. And then this is the garage, which is actually just their house gym. Pretty simple, just some workout items in here. The walled mirror, I meant to add the lockers in and completely spaced, but you can always add them in if you want. And just some awards on the wall. Again, they are probably the type of people that like to brag. And this is the end of the build. So please hang around for the walkthrough. I appreciate you watching another one of my videos, or if this is your first time, please hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it so much, and I will see you all next time. Bye!